Ever laid in bed tossing and turning, staring at the ceiling for what seems like an eternity? You're not alone. In fact, according to the CDC, 1 in 3 adults don't get enough sleep. But what if I told you that you could fall asleep quicker than ever before, and all you need are some surprising, counterintuitive techniques that you've likely never heard of? But hold on. Before we get into these game-changing sleep hacks, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to keep up to date. And later on in this video, you can get your hands on some free gifts waiting for you that are going to supercharge your sleep even more, so stick around. Ready to transform your nights? Let's dive in. So you're struggling with sleep? Trust me, I've been there too, and I know how much it can mess with your life. Poor sleep is not just about being grouchy the next day. According to a study from Harvard Medical School, chronic sleep problems can lead to an array of health issues, from heart disease and stroke to obesity, high blood pressure, and depression. It's clear that getting enough sleep is as important to our health as eating right and getting exercise. But the question remains, how do you actually fall asleep quickly? Well, today, we're going to unravel some powerful, scientifically proven techniques to fall asleep faster than you ever thought possible. No counting sheep, no bland bedtime stories, no drinking warm milk, just pure, effective sleep science. The best part? You don't need any fancy equipment or expensive supplements, just an open mind and a willingness to try something new. You might be thinking, is it really possible to fall asleep within minutes? Stay with me, because you're about to discover some unexpected answers. Let's get started. Tip number 5, reverse psychology, try to stay awake. Yep, you heard that right. You might be scratching your head, thinking I've lost my marbles, but just bear with me. Have you ever noticed how, on those nights when you desperately need to stay awake, your eyelids feel heavier and you can't resist dozing off? Well, that's the foundation of this tip, the paradoxical intention technique. That's a mouthful, I know, but it's simpler than it sounds. The paradoxical intention is basically doing the exact opposite of what you're trying to achieve, to, in fact, achieve it. Confused? Don't worry, it'll all make sense. The principle is simple. It's like when you tell yourself not to think about a pink elephant, and what's the first thing that comes to mind? A pink elephant, right? The same principle applies to sleep. When you're in bed trying to fall asleep, the pressure to sleep creates anxiety, which in turn keeps you awake. Now, imagine reversing that. You're in bed, but instead of trying to sleep, you're trying to stay awake. There's no pressure to sleep, so the anxiety drops, and voila, you fall asleep. In fact, a study from the University of Glasgow found that a group of insomniacs, who were instructed to stay awake, fell asleep faster than those who were trying to sleep. Isn't that amazing? The science behind this principle is clear. Sometimes, we need to flip our objectives on their head to get the results we want. The next time you're wide awake, staring at the ceiling, tell yourself, I'm going to try to stay awake. It might feel odd at first, but you may just find yourself dozing off quicker than you ever thought possible. Now, as counterintuitive as this tip is, it's only the beginning. Wait till you hear our next tip, it's not what you'd expect at all. Tip number 4, cool down by warming up before bed. Moving on to the 4th tip, and this one's all about temperature. Have you ever noticed how you sleep better in a cooler room? Well, it's not just a preference, there's solid science behind it. Our bodies have a 24-hour internal clock, or circadian rhythm, that controls many of our bodily functions, including our sleep-wake cycle. As part of this cycle, our body temperature naturally dips in the late evening, signaling it's time for sleep. In fact, a study by the University of South Australia found that the optimal temperature for sleep is around 18.3 degrees Celsius or 65 degrees Fahrenheit. That's why taking a warm bath or shower about 90 minutes before bed can help you sleep better. It might sound strange, but here's how it works. When you step out of a warm bath or shower, your body temperature drops rapidly, mimicking the natural temperature dip that happens in the evening. This tricks your body into thinking it's time to sleep, helping you fall asleep faster. But what if you can't take a warm bath or don't have a bathtub at home? Well, no worries. Simply lowering the temperature of your bedroom can also help. Try setting your thermostat to around 18 to 19 degrees Celsius or mid-60s Fahrenheit, and see the difference for yourself. Just remember, though, everyone is different. What works for one person might not work for another. The key is to experiment and find what works best for you. That's tip number 4, simple yet effective. Coming up next involves one of our favorite things, food. Yes, you heard me right, food. But before we get to that, we want to give you your free gifts as a thank you for watching. Discover an entire world of sleep-boosting knowledge, tips, and tricks with the Sleep Hygiene Handbook, the Sleep Health Guide, 30 days free access to the Brainwave Club audio sessions, and the Snoring Gone in 3 Minutes program. Get each of these powerful gifts for free. Just click the link in the description below and start your journey towards better sleep. Okay, let's move on to our next tip with one of our favorite topics, food. Tip number 3, food for thought, the right snack before bed. We've all heard that old saying, you are what you eat, right? But did you know this is especially true when it comes to sleep? That's right, our third tip involves food, but not just any food. We're talking about the right kind of snack before bed. Most of us know that consuming caffeine or sugar too close to bedtime can keep us awake. But what if I told you that certain foods can actually help you sleep better? Researchers at the University of Pennsylvania found that certain nutrients could be associated with better sleep. These include tryptophan, which is an amino acid that the body uses to produce serotonin. Serotonin is a brain chemical that plays an important role in regulating sleep, so a diet with more tryptophan will help you get to sleep much quicker. So, what foods contain these sleep-promoting nutrients? Foods like turkey, pumpkin seeds, and almonds are high in tryptophan. But here's the catch, you don't want to go to bed feeling too full or too hungry, as both can disrupt your sleep. So, aim for a small snack that combines tryptophan-rich protein with complex carbohydrates, like a handful of almonds with a piece of whole grain toast. Remember though, everyone is different. Just because these foods can help promote sleep doesn't mean they'll work for everyone. The key is to experiment and see what works best for you. There you have it, tip number 3, simple, delicious, and effective, but we're not done yet. The next tip is one you can do lying down, and it just might be the key to unlocking a peaceful slumber. Tip number 2, the power of visualization, a mental getaway. Are you ready for our next tip? This one is as easy as closing your eyes and using a bit of imagination. Yes, I'm talking about the power of visualization. And before you dismiss it as all in the head, let me reassure you, there's some solid science behind this method. Visualization, or guided imagery, is a stress management technique where you imagine a peaceful setting or scenario. It can be anything, a sandy beach, a tranquil forest, or even floating among the stars. The goal is to engage all your senses in this imagined scenario, helping you relax and divert your mind from anxious thoughts about sleep. Research from the University of Oxford suggests that people who struggle with insomnia and use visualization techniques fall asleep faster. The best part? It doesn't require any special equipment or training. Here's how you can try it. Once you're comfortably tucked in bed, close your eyes and imagine a peaceful scenario. Engage all your senses. What do you see? How does it feel? Can you hear anything? Smell anything? Engrossing your mind in this peaceful scenario can help ease anxiety and invite sleep. Just remember to keep your scenario peaceful and happy. This is not the time to imagine a thrilling car chase or a nerve-wracking deadline at work. The goal is to reduce stress and encourage relaxation. Pretty simple, right? And yet, it's a powerful tool in your sleep-improving arsenal to help you drift off much quicker than before. But hold on to your seats, because the final tip I have for you is truly the game changer. I promise it's worth the wait. Tip number 1, your secret sleep ally, the 4-7-8 breathing technique. We've finally arrived at the number 1 tip. This is the one that could truly transform the way you sleep. Ready for it? It's as simple as breathing. Yes, you heard me right. But this isn't just any type of breathing, it's a technique called the 4-7-8 breathing method. I know what you're thinking, I breathe all day every day. What's so special about this? Well, let me explain. The 4-7-8 breathing technique is a method developed by Dr. Andrew Weil, a renowned physician and health guru. It's based on an ancient yogic technique called pranayama, which helps practitioners gain control over their breath and, in turn, their mind and body. Here's how it works. You inhale quietly through your nose for a count of 4, hold your breath for a count of 7, and then exhale forcefully through your mouth for a count of 8. This constitutes one breath. Now, repeat this cycle for 4 breaths. The beauty of this technique is that it acts as a natural tranquilizer for the nervous system. By extending your breath, you're slowing your heart rate and enabling your body to relax and wind down. A study by the National Sleep Foundation found that participants who used the 4-7-8 technique fell asleep in just 1 minute. That's something to breathe easy about. So tonight, when you're lying in bed and sleep seems a million miles away, remember your secret sleep ally, the 4-7-8 breathing technique. It might just be the game changer you've been waiting for. And there we have it, the top 5 proven tips to fall asleep quickly, from the importance of a relaxing routine to the power of the right foods, visualization, and the magic of the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Simple, accessible methods that are backed by science and can be life-changing in your quest for better sleep. Sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity, and with these tools in your sleep arsenal, you're well on your way to mastering the art of falling asleep quickly. Before we wrap up, if you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button, it really helps us out. And remember to subscribe for more practical tips and tricks to improve your sleep quality. Also, don't forget to get your hands on our free gifts. They're packed with more insightful sleep improvement strategies and tips, all designed to help you transform your sleep and wake up feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. Thank you for joining me here at the Slumber Sanctuary, where we're dedicated to helping you achieve the restful sleep you deserve. We wish you a blissful, restorative night ahead. Until next time, sleep tight, dream big, and wake up ready to seize the day.